welcome to a special year-end edition of The Watchman. Well, 2013 is history, and as someone who supports a strong, bold America, a vibrant West, and a safe and secure Israel, I gotta tell you, it was a rough year. Here at home, the Obama administration decided to accept Iran's nuclear weapons program. They struck a disastrous deal with the Ayatollahs that has guaranteed not peace, but war. Make no mistake, the only thing now standing between Iran and a nuclear weapon is Israel. America has taken a pass and vacated its position as leader of the free world. And so, war is coming, and Iran will be in the middle of it. Then there is the Syria debacle. In 2013, we were going to strike Bashar al-Assad's regime. Then we weren't. We were going to help the al-Qaeda-linked rebels, and then we weren't. Then we decided to just farm our Syria policy out to Vladimir Putin's Russia and call it a day. Folks, the main thing you can take from 2013, from our handling of Syria and Iran, is this: our friends don't trust us, and our enemies do not fear us. Why would they? Even as the radical, America and Israel-hating Muslim Brotherhood regime of Mohammed Morsi was being overthrown by the Egyptian military in what were the largest protests in human history, the Obama administration was sticking with the Brotherhood. Why, maybe they are loyal after all. Because from the moment President Obama took office, he made clear that he was a Brotherhood backer. It's no surprise then, folks, that 2013 saw still more Brotherhood-linked individuals advising the Obama White House. We'll have more on that later in the show. But 2013 also marked the release of my latest book, The Brotherhood, America's Next Great Enemy. In the book, I revealed the shocking extent to which the Muslim Brotherhood has infiltrated the United States. Folks, whether it's at home or abroad, the jihadist enemy is not on the run and nearing defeat as President Obama would have you believe. Al-Qaeda now covers more geographical ground than it did on 9/11. And is expanding rapidly. Here in the U.S., we saw a clear example of that in April 2013 when two young al-Qaeda supporters bombed the Boston Marathon, killing 3 people and wounding over 260 more. The Boston bombing was one of the biggest stories of 2013, and I traveled to Beantown a few weeks after to investigate the radical Islamic scene in that city. It was an eye-opener. Take a look. U.S. authorities are still piecing together how the two brothers behind the recent Boston Marathon bombing became Islamic terrorists. Tamerlan Tsarnaev had traveled to al-Qaeda hotbeds in southern Russia, where authorities believe he may have met with known terrorists. Closer to home, he and his brother attended a Boston-area mosque with radical ties.
The fact is that these fellows attended, just blocks from their house, a radical mosque that has been the center of controversy in Boston for 10 years.
Charles Jacobs leads Americans for Peace and Tolerance, a group that has closely monitored Islamic radicalism in the Boston area. He told CBN News the Islamic Society of Boston Mosque in Cambridge has seen convicted Islamic terrorists pass through its doors.
The founder of that mosque, blocks from where the Tsarnaevs lived and where they prayed, was Abdul Rahman al-Amoudi. He is the model of deception in American Muslim history. He convinced President Clinton and also President Bush that he was precisely the kind of moderate Muslim leader that America was looking for. In fact, he deceived everyone. He's now in jail for 23 years for giving money for funding al-Qaeda.
Other worshippers at the Cambridge Mosque have included Afia Siddiqui, an al-Qaeda member convicted of plotting attacks on New York City, and Tariq Mahena, sentenced to 17 years in prison for planning to assault a Boston-area shopping mall with automatic weapons. Sheikh Youssef al-Qaradawi, a former trustee of the mosque, is a Muslim Brotherhood spiritual leader and terrorist supporter who's banned from entering the United States. Jacobs stressed that it's unclear whether the mosque played any role in the Tsarnaev brothers' radicalization. But CBN News spoke to one moderate Muslim leader who visited the mosque with his wife in 2003 and was shocked by what he found. Tell us about the Islamic Society of Boston and what you saw there firsthand.
Going to upstairs, I find their library, and it's full of flyers from newsletter in Arabic, and they, a call for jihad against America and against the Jews and against the Christian. And at that time, there was a sheikh giving sermon, and the sheikh is as fanatic as the written materials.
The group behind the Cambridge Mosque is called the Muslim American Society, or MAS. It was founded in 1993 by Muslim Brotherhood members and has dozens of chapters throughout the United States. Federal prosecutors have called MAS the overt arm of the Muslim Brotherhood in America. Its ties to the Brotherhood, a group dedicated to establishing Islamic Sharia law worldwide, have not stopped MAS from expanding in Boston. In 2007, it opened another mosque in Boston's Roxbury neighborhood, just a few miles from the Cambridge location. The Islamic Society of Boston Cultural Center is the second largest mosque on the entire East Coast. It cost $15.5 million to build, and more than half of that money reportedly came from Saudi Arabia. The Roxbury Mega Mosque is the sister mosque to the one in Cambridge.
They share exact leadership. They're owned by the same people. It's the Muslim American Society. The trustees are the same. They may have different day-to-day managements, but it's the same.
Jacobs says the two mass mosques also share the same radical Muslim Brotherhood ideology. Yet Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick and Boston Mayor Thomas Menino both endorsed the Roxbury Mosque when it opened in 2009. Jacobs' organization released a video showing Governor Patrick publicly embracing a controversial imam at a 2010 event at the mosque. During a sermon just 2 months prior, that imam, Abdullah Farouk, had seemingly encouraged worshipers to engage in violence when supporting Muslims who have been arrested on terrorism charges.
Grab onto the typewriter, grab onto the shovel, grab onto the gun and the sword. Don't be afraid to step out into this world and do your job.
Jacobs was encouraged recently when Governor Patrick disinvited the imam of the Roxbury Mosque from an event honoring the victims of the Boston Marathon terror attack. CBN requested an interview with representatives of the Roxbury Mosque but received no response. A spokeswoman for the Cambridge Mosque declined an interview due to health reasons. Local Muslim sources told CBN News that followers of the Muslim Brotherhood have also tried to take over other mosques in the Boston area. Dr. Mansour calls it a nationwide problem.
They are using the American Constitution, the American values of freedom of belief and freedom of speech.
You know, I love getting on the ground like I did in Boston so I can bring you firsthand information that you're just not hearing in the mainstream media. I also love getting the chance to educate about the issues. And one monologue of mine in 2013 got a particularly strong response from viewers. So, who are the Palestinians, really? The concept of a Palestinian people didn't even exist until the 1960s, when Yasser Arafat helped create one of history's greatest myths, that the Jewish people stormed ancient Palestine and forcibly evicted the defenseless Palestinians from a land that had been Arab from the dawn of time. It was even worse than the Holocaust. That's what pro-Palestinian rabble-rousers tell us. And the media and the so-called international community have swallowed the lie hook, line, and sinker. So is President Obama. Newsflash, Mr. President, I know that in your infamous Cairo speech in 2009, you basically suggested that the Jews were only in Israel today as a result of the Holocaust. I'm here to tell you that there has always been a Jewish presence in the land of Israel. Always. Even after the Romans destroyed the Second Temple in the year AD 70 and the majority of Jews were scattered to the ends of the earth, a Jewish remnant always remained in the land. By the 1880s, Jerusalem once again had a Jewish majority. Imagine that. Israel is the ancestral homeland of the Jewish people and has been for 4,000 years. Check the history books, check the archaeological finds, and yes, check the Bible. 4,000 years. That's how long the Jews have been in the land of Israel. The Palestinians? Put it this way. Throughout history, can you name one, just one, Palestinian emperor or king or prime minister or explorer or a great Palestinian biblical figure? Maybe you're a Palestinian conqueror? Oh, I'm sorry. There are none. Because there never was a Palestinian people in that land. Now, some Arabs did live there, absolutely, but there weren't a lot of them. And they never referred to themselves as Palestinians. As a matter of fact, before the Jews returned and resettled the land miraculously, Israel was pretty much a malaria-ridden wasteland, and not much of anyone lived there, although there was that pesky Jewish presence always. Now, once the Jews returned in large numbers around the turn of the 20th century and made the deserts bloom, like the Bible said they would, droves of Arabs from the surrounding countries magically showed up looking for work. The Jews kindly gave them work, and the Arabs stayed. More kept coming. All of this happened in the 20th century. It's a very recent phenomenon. The descendants of those Arabs today call themselves Palestinians. And by the way, Israel was only known as Palestine because the Roman Emperor Hadrian gave it that name in the 2nd century A.D. Why did he give it that name? Well, in Latin, Palestine is translated Philistia, the Philistines. Remember them? The ancient biblical enemies of Israel? Hadrian renamed the land of Israel Palestine, or Philistia, on purpose, to insult the hated Jews and to blot out their memory, as if they never existed in that land. And that is what the so-called Palestinians would like to do to the Jews today. Coming up, 2013's biggest love story? How about the White House and the Muslim Brotherhood? Stay tuned.
Do you have an idea for an invention or a new product? Brian and Alice Jagosh, the inventors of the halftime drill driver, did. They invented a power drill attachment that lets you drill, flip, and drive in seconds. Brian and Alice licensed their invention to the company that brought you the Snuggie, and it's now selling in major retailers nationwide. Look for the Invent Help caveman on the package. If you have an invention that you would like to try to patent and submit to companies for possible review and want free information on how Invent Help may be able to assist you, call now. Invent Help is America's largest inventor service company with sales offices in more than 60 cities nationwide. Call Invent Help today for free information. Our clients made a financial gain with their invention, but this is just their individual result. Brian and Alice's experience is not typical, as only a very small number of inventions are licensed or sold in stores.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-559-8567. That's 1-800-559-8567.
If you had a choice between going bald and a full head of hair, which would you choose? Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss.
Yes!
You wash it, you cut it. It's your own real, naturally growing hair. When it comes to hair restoration, no one in the world has more experience than Bosley. The results look completely natural and are affordable on nearly any budget. But the entire process can't be explained in 60 brief seconds. So to find out more about this clinically proven and permanent solution to hair loss, call now to receive your free no-obligation information kit. It'll answer all of your questions about hair loss and hair restoration. Plus, we'll also send you this $250 gift certificate just for calling. Every day you wait, you're losing more hair. So don't put it off any longer. You owe it to yourself to find out the facts. Choose hair. Choose Bosley.
Call 800-868-9957. That's 800-868-9957.
Welcome back. In 2013, Egypt recognized the danger of the Muslim Brotherhood by overthrowing Mohammed Morsi, labeling the Brotherhood a terrorist organization, and banning its activities. In the United States, however, the Brotherhood seems to be alive and kicking. Some of its supporters even hold influential positions in the Obama administration. Watch this. This provocative statement created a firestorm last month because of its contents and the author's government role. I do consider the United States an Islamic country with an Islamically compliant constitution. The tweet by Mohammed El-Biari raised eyebrows thanks to his senior role on the Department of Homeland Security Advisory Council, where he helps craft America's counterterrorism policies. It's a position one analyst says El-Biari is not fit to hold.
he goes to bat for the Muslim Brotherhood. He is passionate that they are the moderate good guys that the U.S. needs to ally with.
Ryan Morrow is a national security analyst for the Clarion Project. He's interviewed Elie Biari at length and says the senior Homeland Security advisor staunchly supports the radical Muslim Brotherhood.
He had the symbol that was most closely associated with the Muslim Brotherhood from when the Egyptian military cracked down on them. All the Muslim Brotherhood supporters had a specific sign that they put up on their Twitter and their Facebook pages, and he was right along with them.
Elie Biari has praised Muslim Brotherhood icon and al-Qaeda favorite Saeed Qutb and spoke at a 2004 event honoring Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini. In addition, CBN News reported in 2011 that Elie Biari stood accused of leaking sensitive government documents to the media. In light of those charges, Texas Congressman Louis Gohmert pressed former Homeland Security Chief Janet Napolitano in a heated exchange.
Are you saying before this Congress right now that as Secretary of Homeland Security that it is a lie that Mohammed Elie Biari downloaded material from a classified website using the secret security clearance you gave him? Are you saying that's a lie?
I'm saying that is inaccurate. That is correct. He, as far as I know, did not download classified documents. What bothers me, quite frankly, are the allegations that are made against anyone who happens to be Muslim.
Well, the allegations are not because he is Muslim.
It is still unclear whether any formal investigation of Elie Biari actually took place at DHS. What is clear is Elie Biari's recent promotion at the department.
In September 2013, he was promoted. So he not only is an official advisor, he's one of the select advisors within that group to influence policy.
Elie Biari and the Department of Homeland Security did not respond to CBN's request for comment. Elie Biari is not the only Obama administration advisor who's been tied to the Muslim Brotherhood.
There's lots of evidence. The President of the United States personally takes counsel from Mohammed Majid, and that means the enemy is inside the wire.
Majid has reportedly met with President Obama to advise him on immigration and counterterrorism policy. He also sits on a Department of Homeland Security working group on, quote, violent extremism. Yet national security expert Frank Gaffney told CBN News that the organization Majid leads has troublesome ties.
He is the president of the largest Muslim Brotherhood front organization in the United States, the Islamic Society of North America.
In 2007, federal prosecutors named ISNA as an unindicted co-conspirator in the largest terrorism financing trial in American history. The defendants were convicted of funding the terror group Hamas. Majid's group was also mentioned in secret Muslim Brotherhood documents uncovered by the FBI.
The very first group on this Muslim Brotherhood strategic plan was the Islamic Society of North America.
Despite ISNA's radical track record, President Obama delivered a video address at the group's annual summit this year.
Assalamu alaikum, and congratulations to Imam Majid and everyone at the Islamic Society of North America on your 50th annual convention.
One leading Egyptian newspaper recently claimed that the Brotherhood is stepping up its efforts to infiltrate the United States. It identified what it says are 30 Brotherhood operatives that are currently conducting influence operations on U.S. soil. Up next, how 2013 saw Iran's new president become the great hope for peace. Make that false peace. Stick around.
Attention sleep apnea patients. Are you tired of the expense and hassle of getting your CPAP and BiPAP supplies? Are you fed up with dealing with ill-fitting, leaking, or worn-out masks and straps? Are you worried about the effects that unsanitary tubes, cushions, and filters have on your health? If you said yes to any of these questions, Allied Medical Supply Network has the solution to your problems. You could qualify to have your supplies regularly delivered right to your door at little or no cost to you. That's right, no more inconvenience, no worn-out masks and straps, no more unsanitary equipment, just restful sleep. Call Allied Medical Supply Network today to determine if you may qualify to receive your fresh, brand-name supplies at little or no cost. Don't delay. Call us now to see if you are eligible to save money on regular delivery of your CPAP and BiPAP supplies. Call 1-800-815-9947. That's 1-800-815-9947. Or go to cpapsupplyhelpline.com.
announcing an important breakthrough in healthcare that can benefit everyone. If you or anyone you love needs affordable health insurance, regardless of a pre-existing medical condition, call Quick Insurance 123 today and get the immediate relief you deserve. Quick Insurance 123 was created to provide affordable health insurance to all uninsured Americans, with or without pre-existing conditions. This is not a discount card. This is a real insurance program that lets you choose from many affordable health plans, with access to doctors, hospitals, emergency services, and more. So call the number on your screen now and get the health coverage you need just for calling. As a special bonus, we'll send you a free prescription savings card that could save you up to 85% on your prescriptions. That's right, you could save up to 85% on your prescriptions just for calling. Call Quick Insurance 123 to find out how you can get affordable health insurance and receive your free prescription savings card just for calling. Don't wait. Getting a free quote is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call today.
And welcome back. 2013 saw the rise of one Hassan Rouhani. He replaced Mahmoud Ahmadinejad as Iran's president and was immediately hailed as a moderate peacemaker by the mainstream media and Western officials. Except he's anything but. Shortly after Rouhani's star turn at the UN, I took a closer look at the man behind the moderate myth. The Obama administration, European leaders, and the mainstream media seem encouraged by Rouhani. They believe he's a moderate, a pragmatist. He's the anti-Ahmadinejad, they say. We can strike a deal with this guy over Iran's nuclear weapons program. Why, President Obama has even exchanged letters with Rouhani that both men say have been cordial and constructive. Barry's got a new pen pal. How nice. Folks, here's the truth about the moderate, smiling, pleasant Hassan Rouhani, who attended school in Scotland for a few years. Ooh, he's a taqiyya master. Let me tell you about the real Hassan Rouhani. He's the same guy who was a close ally and associate of the Ayatollah Khomeini for years and years. Remember him, the Ayatollah, the scowling old madman who made the phrases "death to America" and "death to Israel" all the rage, and presided over the seizure of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran? Yeah, that guy, Hassan Rouhani's friend. Rouhani has held top positions in Iran's totalitarian regime for years, and in 1999 he led the brutal government crackdown on Iranian student protesters who were crying out for freedom and democracy. He's also said that he will stand by the Assad regime in Syria no matter what it takes. And I've yet to hear him say an unkind word about Iran's terrorist proxy, Hezbollah. He has had some less than kind words, though, for what he calls the Zionist entity, Israel. Back in July, Rouhani called Israel a, quote, wound on the Muslim world that needs to be removed. I wonder how he plans on removing it. In a recent interview with NBC's Ann Curry, Rouhani blamed Israel for the instability in the Middle East, calling Israel, quote, an occupier and usurper government that does injustice to the people of the region and has brought instability to the region with its warmongering policies. Sounds like he's ready for peace, huh? During that same interview, Curry asked Rouhani twice if he believed the Holocaust really happened. Now, Rouhani's predecessor, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, was, of course, a notorious Holocaust denier. Here's what Rouhani had to say about the very well-documented genocide of the Jewish people during World War II. Take a look.
President Ahmadinejad said the Holocaust is a myth. Do you agree?
I'm not a historian. I'm a politician. What is important for us is that the countries of the region and the people grow closer to each other and that they are able to prevent aggression and injustice.
Translation: he's probably a Holocaust denier too, which is interesting because the regime he works for wants to acquire nuclear weapons so it can complete what Hitler started. Coming up, some final thoughts and a look ahead to 2014. Stay tuned.
Attention sleep apnea patients. Are you tired of the expense and hassle of getting your CPAP and BiPAP supplies? Are you fed up with dealing with ill-fitting, leaking, or worn-out masks and straps? Are you worried about the effects that unsanitary tubes, cushions, and filters have on your health? If you said yes to any of these questions, Allied Medical Supply Network has the solution to your problems. You could qualify to have your supplies regularly delivered right to your door at little or no cost to you. That's right, no more inconvenience, no worn-out masks and straps, no more unsanitary equipment, just restful sleep. Call Allied Medical Supply Network today to determine if you may qualify to receive your fresh, brand-name supplies at little or no cost. Don't delay. Call us now to see if you are eligible to save money on regular delivery of your CPAP and BiPAP supplies. Call 1-800-815-9947. That's 1-800-815-9947. Or go to cpapsupplyhelpline.com.
Announcing an important breakthrough in healthcare that can benefit everyone. If you or anyone you love needs affordable health insurance, regardless of a pre-existing medical condition, call Quick Insurance 123 today and get the immediate relief you deserve. Quick Insurance 123 was created to provide affordable health insurance to all uninsured Americans, with or without pre-existing conditions. This is not a discount card. This is a real insurance program that lets you choose from many affordable health plans, with access to doctors, hospitals, emergency services, and more. So call the number on your screen now and get the health coverage you need, just for calling. As a special bonus, we'll send you a free prescription savings card that could save you up to 85% on your prescriptions. That's right, you could save up to 85% on your prescriptions just for calling. Call Quick Insurance 123 to find out how you can get affordable health insurance and receive your free prescription savings card just for calling. Don't wait. Getting a free quote is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call today.
Welcome back. You know, there were many other major stories that went down in 2013 that we didn't get a chance to hit today. Think about the NSA spying scandal, the rise of China, North Korea's saber rattling, an increase in violence in Iraq and Afghanistan, and of course, the horrific rise of Christian persecution in Muslim lands, a topic we cover on this show on a regular basis. But 2013 wasn't all bad. On this show, we transitioned from Stakelbeck on Terror to The Watchman. I felt like it was time to take things to another level and broaden our scope for such a time as this. And look, 2014 promises to be a wild and eventful year. Folks, we may even see Israel forced to take military action against Iran's nuclear weapons facilities sometime this year. The moment of reckoning is here. And this is a time when supporters of Israel and friends of the Jewish people will truly earn their keep. In 2014, I pray that America can reverse course, turn back to God, and become bold and respected once again in the world. Whatever happens, I know that God is in charge and that He will work all things for good for those who love Him. So, I want to thank everyone watching for a great 2013, and I'm looking forward to traveling the road with you once again in 2014. Until next week, God bless you, and remember, never forget.